Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today I'm going to be sharing, I think, 4 different DIY projects using some leather. This is faux leather, and I have one piece of real leather that I got from Joann. But if your Dollar Tree still has leather, then I'm sure you'll be able to find some. I did see some in my local store, but when I went back, it was all gone. So if you do have a Dollar Tree near you that sells leather, then you can definitely repeat any of these projects yourself. Of course, that would be the ideal place to get anything you need. But these are just some really cute things that you can do for home decor. They could be useful or they could just be for decor. But I wanted to share them with you. So if you're interested in those, then I hope you keep watching. But also, before we go, I wanted to bring your attention to Exhibit A, which is below this video and below many of my other videos, is that I'm selling products now that are branded with my brand. So Living the Sweet Life is on these different items. So if anything suits your needs or you find cute or interesting, feel free to make a purchase below. I would definitely appreciate it. And I also am linking my website below, and I'm going to display it right here so that you can take a look at my website. I'm also selling some items over there, mostly t-shirts and hoodies and sweatshirts coming soon. So I hope that you take a look at those things and possibly make a purchase if you so desire. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you in the next one. Thanks for watching. I'm using some faux leather. This is faux leather that I purchased from Joann. It is Cricut leather, actually. You can use this in your Cricut machine and cut it. And I'm also going to be using this piece of real leather. You can tell the difference there, to make a few different things. So I'm going to start out with the first piece. This is going to be the real leather, and just going to cut it into a square by folding it down like this and then cutting this excess off. And now that this is in a proper square, I'm going to measure down about 3 inches from each corner, and I'm going to mark that with this little Sharpie. Alright, and with these areas marked, I'm just going to cut from each corner down to that 3-inch mark. And what I'm going to do is fold this up and then bring each of the side little corners in to meet here. So this is what it ends up looking like here. And I'm just going to put a little mark because I'm going to put these little rivets. I got these also from Joann. These are actual, it comes in a packet that looks like this, real leather crafts. I have some leather string that I might use later on. This is the same real leather brand that made this piece of leather. So this comes in a pack like this. So you have one little stick that has a long end to it, and then one little area that you basically snap these two together. So I'm going to have one of these holding this side here together. So where I want to place the hole, but I'm not going to mark it now. I'm actually going to hold this together with a little safety pin so that I can do the other side to make sure that everything is even. I think I said safety pin. I meant to say clip or a paper clip, but I ended up just getting a binder clip. I'm just going to push this down to hold it, and then I'm going to turn it around the other way, and I'm going to do the same thing here. So all I did was fold the middle piece up and then bring these two pieces in together to meet here like this. That's pretty much it. But just to make sure it's even, I'm going to attach this one here. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so I'm going to use this sewing tool that I have. It's a seam ripper, but I'm going to use the sharp end to just pop a hole here so that it goes through all 3 pieces. The first flap, the second flap, and then the little piece that's sticking up there. And now that I have the holes made, I can go ahead and make them a little bit bigger. Okay, so I think these will work a little bit better. Once it's opened up the right way, I'm just gonna take one of these, take the long end, and try to force this through like that. And then I'll work on this one. There it is. So now it's going through both of those layers, and then the last part is to just go through this hole, the last hole here, and push it through here. So I already found that in order for the little snap thing to have enough material to hold in between, 3 layers of the leather is actually the perfect amount of space. So that just snaps on, and then there's that part. This is just going to make a little pouch, so I'm going to do the same thing to this side. And just to hold the sides, because if you look in here, you see the sides are kind of flapping down. I'm just going to use a dab of hot glue on the inside to hold these pieces back. And here's a final look at the pouch. So I can put many different things in here, but for now I decided I'm just going to hold my needles in there. They fit nicely. And this will sit on my shelf right next to my sewing machine so that I can access all of my needles easily. They can even, see how they can lean back a little bit so that I can get into all the rows. Okay, for this DIY, I'm going to be using this bottle here. I got 2 of these from the Goodwill. They were $1 each, so I already did the first one. I'm just going to work on this one now. And I'm just going to add a little piece of leather to it. It's just an added piece to give it a little bit more character. And this is going to be used in my fall mantle decor. So if you're interested on how it's all going to come together, then stay tuned for that video. It'll be out soon. So just peeling that sticker off, and then I'm going to clean it off with this acetone. This is just an easy way to get rid of any sticker residue. It comes off really good on glass anyway. I'm not sure how it'll work on any other material, but definitely works good on glass. Okay, so that is nice and clean. So this is it, and I'm really just using a little strip of the faux leather and then this small piece of the real leather, and this is just going to be put in just to give it a little more thickness, because I am going to be using 2 of these. And just like before, the material has to be able to fit on this stem here. So that's where this comes in. So to make everything hold, I'm going to be using this needle, and it just has a very clear piece of thread attached to it, so clear that you can barely see it. So that's what I'm going to use to attach this, and I'm just going to put this evenly on here. I did find the area of this jar that is the most balanced in size, because it's small and then it gets bigger at the bottom, but right in here it kind of stays the same. So that's where I want to put the leather, because otherwise it'll be, you know, slanted. So I found what I feel like is the good spot for this. So it's going to be about here. So to hold it in position, I'm just going to sew it down the line with the clear thread, and I'm going to go down one way and then back up, and then I'm going to tie the knots together, and then I'll move on. And I'm going to take the needle as close to the jar as possible. Okay, so pretty much down to the end of it. So I'm just going to go back up the same way. With this flap here, I'm just going to fold this over. I'm going to cut just a little bit of this, because I want this one to tuck down behind the other one. So I'm going to kind of have it like that. So this piece is going to hide a little bit of that stitching, and it's just going to hang over like that. But I'm also going to add this piece. So I'm going to fold this piece in half, and I'm going to put that in here like this, and then this all will fold over. And then I'm going to eyeball this part and evenly put a hole here. To help me, I'm just going to use this little block of wood. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side. So now that I know I went through all of the pieces, I can take my scissors to make these holes bigger. Okay, and I think those are good. So I'm gonna start pushing the these little things through. So those are through, and then I'll fold this side over, push that down, and then the last one is right here and right here. We'll add the lock pieces on, snap those on. And there it is. So that's that one, and here is the other one.